Back with some more action shots for my most recent trip that left a pretty good impression on my life. As I said in my last video, I think we should feel like that all the time. For the most part, pretty content with our lives. I didn't Something just didn't sit right with me on this trip. I enjoyed the family time, but it's like, why do I have to go back to my life? Why does it sound like that? Go back to my life. I mean, we have ups and downs, obviously, but I feel like I should love my life enough where it's like, okay, I'm back. Trips are good, but and I think part of the reason is because I have been made to feel smaller than the dreams I have had, and one of my long time dreams is to live by the beach or live in near access to the ocean, or at least be able to fly out somewhere and have a house or stay in an Airbnb and be able to afford that. A part of that dream is also being able to afford the time that if something happens or if my family needs some kind of assistance, whether it's me pointing them towards a resource or having it directly, to be able to have it for them. And within this last month before I went on this trip, my father got into an accident. And I remember waking up, one, confused and super, super worried because he just got into an accident. Everything is fine, but I remember there was a time, or there was a point where I was sitting with him that night that it's like, oh, man, how am I going to explain this at work? Like, the compensation that I was trading, my time, my mental health, my family, like, just wasn't worth it. And then I started to spiral in the fact that a couple of years ago when I started this job, I wanted to be the best version of myself so that I can have a great output at work. So I started working out way more consistently, eating healthily, consistently as well. Just no drinking, just in what was peak condition back then and now the standard. And I was still facing a lot of friction during that job, and I was so confused as to why, because I'm not a very confrontational person. I keep to myself and I just work hard. I've never had any trouble in that department except for this job. And once again, I was just being made smaller than the dreams I've had. And I think maybe my light was too bright for that job. Not to sound cliche or corny, but I think that it just wasn't the fit for me. I needed to be working somewhere else. It wasn't exactly them, or it wasn't exactly me. It definitely wasn't me, I don't think. I mean, I didn't understand at the time, but now I do. And this most recent vacation, I don't know if you can call it frontal lobe development or no longer making excuses for myself, but it's like, why do I feel like I have to go back to my life? I mean, we're going to have ups and downs, but life should be enjoyed for the most part, especially with all of the God's art that he has, the beaches, the mountains, the hills, being able to use my body to work out. And I've been thinking about that saying a lot by Confucius, that a man has two lives and his second one starts when he realizes he only has one. Me being able to afford the time to be able to take off when necessary because my family needs something should never be a question. And I was upset with myself, not because I was questioning it, but because of the fact that I had to go explain to someone why I'm going to be late or I might not be able to come in. And they're still giving me crap for it. But that's just part of the rants, all gas, no brakes. And I'm just using this opportunity now to document my journey up to the top so that, not only I'm showing myself the formula, but I can be showing this to someone else who might need that extra help or seeing someone else do it. So, just a rant for today. Hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this. Very quick one, but sometimes that's all you need. Just need to get this out. Appreciate you guys for listening. I'll catch you later.